I don't think if they were in the finals and batting for a spot, they'd be out there now throwing the bat at everything. We can tend to play it in a normal manner. As for that message that came out to Desmond Haynes, he's been around long enough now to know what that target should be after 15 overs, and I find that a little difficult to work out.
Yes, but the thing is that so many of the West Indian players play in England, where the one-day matches are frequently interrupted by the weather, that I'm sure they would know what the tactics should be once they had been set the 107 from 30 overs. And I'm sure that some sort of thought went into it. Of course, the setback of the 2 early wickets did come into consideration. We'll be looking for a second here, but not coming for it. Salim Malik, the 12th man, the youngest man in the field at the age of 18, out there picking up.
Sarfraz working very hard out there. Normally at this stage of an innings would have been rested. Both of the prime strikers in that Pakistan bowling lineup can bowl a full 10 overs. And the problem's coming about shortly. The captain to rest one of them.
And that's India. Third man comes around. It's Mohsin takes the catch. Haynes is out. Mohsin bowls Sarfraz. For 13, the West Indies are 3 for 36.
A very good outfield catch by Mohsin Khan down in the deep. Desmond Haynes going for the big hit straight. Got a top edge. Went very high indeed, but Mohsin Khan summing it up nicely. Just going with it. Took it down on the haunches a little. A very safe pair of hands. So Desmond Haynes finds his way back to the pavilion as drinks come out. Of course, substitute Mohsin Khan bowled Sarfraz, his 3rd wicket for 13, and West Indies 3 for 35.
Imran comes off, 7 overs, 1 maiden, no wicket for 14, and Sikandar is on. There is no reduction to the quota of 10 overs which each bowler is allowed to bowl, despite the reduction in the number of overs in the innings, so that Javed can use his 3 strike bowlers all 10 overs.
West Indies, their target 107 from 30 overs. The run rate they need now is 4.43. Start of the match, they needed 3.56. So now they're running over more than what they did at the start of the innings. Bearing in mind 16 overs remaining, so once this over's bowled, we've got a real game on our hands. There must be a result in this match when this over's completed.
And that's dropped by Ashraf. Thick outside edge. Threw himself across. Should have taken the catch. Dropped it.
One player who's a real threat to Pakistan is Clive Lloyd. Ashraf did go wide. An excellent effort. Would have been a magnificent catch if it had stuck. It was nearly a catch for first slip. Moved really well, Ashraf Ali. A little unlucky not to have taken it. Would have been one of the catches of the season if he had have grabbed it.
And it's through his hands. Slippery ball. And the West Indies just take the single there. Might well have been 2. Majid Khan out in the covers. Good firm hit by Gomes. Sliding through his grasp. That slippery ball. And the West Indies run a single.
And it also skidded very quickly off the turf. It wasn't an easy one for Majid to stop, but we've only got 107 runs on the board. Get everything piece of body behind it. So Javed not frightened to make a change with his field. He knows that Majid hasn't played a lot of cricket of late. Shifted him across to a less important position, that being just in mid-wicket there.
That's India. He's out. Caught. Point by Mudasa. Lloyd's gone. The West Indies in all sorts of strife at 4 for 38.
And great captaincy by Javed. He just shifted Majid Khan across from that very position, and there's no way known would Majid Khan have caught it. But Mudasa, a very good field, coming forward and just catching it 6 or 8 inches above the turf. So Clive Lloyd on his way back to the pavilion, caught Mudasa bowled Sikandar for 1, and West Indies slumped to 4 for 38.
So the West Indies 4 for 39, another 15 overs of this innings remaining. They need 107 to win this match to ensure that they go through to the grand finals. 10 points they have. 2 matches after this, both against Australia. If they lose here, Pakistan go level with them, completing their 10 matches, and it would mean that Australia would have to win the final 2 matches against the West Indies to draw level, at which stage all the teams would then be level and it would count on scoring rate. They'll be looking for a second here, but the running between the wickets hasn't been a feature so far. A little bit of hesitancy between the 2 batsmen.
West Indies target still 107 off 30 overs, but that run rate required hovering about 4.5 and over. The outfield a little slow now to restrict the scoring rate even more. Larry Gomes, a player, very much a defence type player. Backus out of form, so not an easy task for the West Indies.
And that's gone. That'll be 4, I think. No, Mohsin gets around. Good work by Mohsin, moving to his right, anticipating and cutting off what looked as if it might have been a boundary. As Taki said, the outfield is a little bit slow.
And this morning, Tony, that would have raced to the boundary. But you can see how quickly it pulls up. Gave Mohsin an easy opportunity to get around and just cut it off for 2. And that's going to be one of the problems that's going to be confronting the West Indies now. Run them very quick indeed. Pushing for singles. Single for Backus. Sarfraz into his 8th over. He's allowed to bowl 10 overs, as is Imran Khan and Sikandar. And those 3 bowlers can make up the 30 overs. 3 for 18, Big Sarfraz.
And the runs coming a little bit easier in this over for the West Indies. But they still have a lot to do. Gomes now moves into double figures. He's 11. Backus has got 3. It's 4 for 44.
No boundaries yet for Gomes. West Indies still got a trump card up their sleeve in Jeffrey Dujon. Hasn't batted yet, but shoulder injury. Injured finger too when he was keeping today, so you might find it a little troublesome out there.
And that's over the top. Someone's coming under it, and that's dropped. Lucky break there for the West Indies. Ijaz coming around. Backus taking his life in his hands, going for the big one and being dropped.
Well, Sarfraz could have quite easily have had his 4th victim. Ijaz, one eye on the ball, and then just one eye, just took it off fractionally, then looking at the fence. And that's when he lost it. It was up in the air, it held there for some time.
Reduction in the run rate in that last over. 10 runs came from it. That must be wide. down the leg side. Got another wide from Sikandar. Pressure getting to him here. Tense situation. More tense, of course, for the Pakistanis and for the West Indies. Pakistan must win this match. The West Indies have a real cushion at the top of the table. What a terrible shot by Bacchus. Really was a bad miss by him, a swipe really.
It's the only thing, Tony, if he'd have connected, he'd have gone right out of the ballpark. And that's the difference between missing it and picking it up. Well, the second wicket for Sikandar. Batsman and bowler a little excited. Bacchus knowing that West Indies need 57 runs more for victory. Sikandar knowing we need 6 wickets, not 5. Tyre power strike rate. Interesting to look at the man up at the top there. Hasn't been used yet. One may have thought that Javed would have given consideration to Madassa to have had a bowl. He leads the tyre power strike rate competition. But perhaps his medium paces would have been a little easier to have picked up by the West Indies batsman. He clearly leads that. Imran Khan, the other Pakistani bowler, in 3rd position. Pressure right on out there. Just the 4 men in picture. Bowler, 2 batsmen and keeper. Those 2 batsmen play a big part in this game. After them and Dujon, get down to the West Indies tail.
It's a fine shot, but he finds a fielder. Straight to Majid.
It looks as though the rain just starting to come again too, Tony. Sprinkling coming out there, which going to make it even more difficult for the West Indies.
In fact, at the rate which they need, this is the 17th over, and they would need to be 61 on the board to have reached the rate at the end of this over. And that's just out of reach. Gone over the top. Sarfaraz after it. Very close thing here, and he won't get it. 4 runs.
Well, Bacchus, one of the few West Indian players to come out with a real positive attitude. Drive off the back foot. Safe was in the air. There's no one deep out there. It skidded off. First bounce, but then was nearly pulling up. Perhaps a quicker man from Sarfaraz may have caught it just before it crashed into the fence. He was prepared to improvise, prepared to take the chance, and it came off.
So the end of the over from Sikandar. West Indies are 4 for 54. Sikandar back. And a long delay here by the Pakistanis as they work out their field placing. And for continuation of commentary, Tony Greig with Bill Lawry.
Thank you, Tony. And Javed Miandad doing pretty well there, waving his arms all over the place. The crowd giving a little bit of a going over because he's taking a little bit of time, and who could blame him? The situation is such that if they went off the ground right now, the Pakistanis would win this match. And he's in no hurry. It doesn't look like improving, the weather that is. That one played away on the offside. They'll be looking for 2. The fielder under pressure, and they're going. This could be close. He could be gone. No, he's not. That must have been very close. Umpire French was right down and magnificently placed, so he should be. He's the square leg umpire. But that must have been close.
Badly fielded. The pressure. Great decision. Ashraf very slow removing those bails. A long time to gather and whip them off, and grounded his bat beautifully. Survives. It's 4 for 60.
It was great umpiring by umpire French. That one smashed away to square leg. There's someone down there. Mosin picking it up, and once again the West Indians turning, but not coming for the second. It really is all action out there at the moment, and the wicketkeeper there showing his boots to the umpire, saying that, look, I've got a problem. Perhaps I should be allowed to tidy my boots up, and if I was him, I would just do that.
I agree, Tony. Also, he's got to keep calm. He's running around in circles at the moment, Ashraf. He's the key player for the Pakistani side. He's going to gather the returns, calm down the fieldsman. He must remain cool and calm. He looks like a cat on a hot tin roof.
He's bowled it! What a great breakthrough. Larry Gomes trying to whip that one to square leg and missing a dead straight delivery. So Sikander gets a pat on the back from all his colleagues out there, and what a breakthrough it is.
Yes, it is, but on the other hand, it may be just what the West Indians needed, because Dujon comes to the crease now. He's been in great touch. Gomes struggled. It's good bowling. It's 5 for 61.